I want to welcome all of you to our webinar, which is called the BFD of Marketing. We'll get to that in just a minute. I'm Jane Mark, and I'm the president of So Cool Inc. And my partner, Phil Baston, is sitting next to me, making me laugh. So if you get interrupted by laughter, you'll know he just made a funny remark. Um, what? You want to start it off? Oh, okay, hang on. Phil's going to start it off. 1 second, I'm going to hand the mic over.
Hey everyone. Whoops. I've got to get this thing right on my head. How is everybody? I hope you're all feeling fine and I hope you're all in a good mood. What we're going to do here is we're going to ask a couple of questions before, or Jane's going to ask a couple of questions, but the title of the heading is the BFD of Marketing. That's the title of the webinar. Now, what on earth is a BFD? Well, I can't actually say it here, but it's what Joe Biden whispered to President Obama after the Affordable Care Act was passed in 2010. It means big deal, Use your imagination, it'll come to you. In the marketing world, BFD means something a bit different, and we'll get to that later on in the webinar. But before we start, here's how the webinar is going to go. Jane's going to give you some valuable information. Then she will show you a really cool offer that you won't want to miss. And finally, we're going to give you a free gift, and you're going to want to wait for this one, just for attending the webinar and staying till the end. That sound fair enough? Okay, let me turn it over to Jane because she's got a couple of questions she wants to ask you.
Okay, so Phil described what a BFD is. And by the way, I didn't know what that word was or what those three letters were. And I don't think most of the people in the world did. But Joe Biden leaned into the president's ear with a hot mic on, which shows you if you have a hot mic, just really watch what you're saying, right? And the whole world heard what a BFD was. But there is something really in marketing called a BFD, and we're going to get to that. Now, before we start and before we put our follow along link up, I want to ask you a couple of questions, and I want you to shoot the answer into the chat box, and don't be shy. There's no right answer, wrong answer. Just give this a whirl. So here's our first question. Before you market any site online, what is the most important thing you need to do before you market it? What is the most important thing you need to do? So don't be shy. Shoot up some answers, and we'll read some out. See what we get. Before you market any site online, what is the very first thing you should do? The very, very, very first thing. Okay, let's see if we got any answers. Did we get any answers, P? Don't be shy. Shoot up an answer in the chat box. But wait. Read me these. Brand yourself. Not the first thing. Okay, what's the next one? Lead capture page setup. That's good, but use a what? Use a small chat room. That was good. Oh, who said that? Artie, you are absolutely dead on right. The word you learned said was learn. You need to learn everything there is to know about the site you are promoting. That is absolutely dead on right. And I'll tell you why that is so important. People see through it. If you haven't played around in a site you want to promote and looked around and really know how it works, and if you don't understand what made you sign up for the site, I guarantee you will not be able to sell that site to anyone else. I don't know what it is. In some ways, I think we're like dogs, having all these good smell sensors. We know when people are telling you BS or when they actually know what they're talking about. So it's really important for you to, if you join a site and if you were interested enough to join a site, learn everything you can about that site. Most good sites have a training tape in there. It's really important to spend a little time and learn what the site is. Believe me, you will be able to sell it much better. Okay, one other question, and this is a true or false question. When you mail to your own list, you should always use a capture page. True or false? When you mail to your own list, you should always use a capture page. All we need is a true or false. Just shoot up a true or a false in the chat box. See if you get this right. When you mail to your own list, you should always use a capture page. True or false? Okay, false, false, true, false. Well, okay, I'm going to pick the most popular one there and say it's false. You should always use a capture page when you mail to outside lists, other people's lists that are not your own. But if you already have a list, let's say you use on your list or you use Get Response or you use Aweber or you have a site that you own and you can email your members, you don't need to send them a capture page. But always, always, always when you mail to other people's lists, you should definitely mail a capture page and do not mail just your affiliate link. You because that just gives you one shot to get people interested if you mail the affiliate link. If you mail a capture page and you get them to leave their name and email, like the reason I have this showing on the page is most people like to leave their email here. It looks like fun. And so all we're asking is their first name, their last name, and their email. And then you have them on a list that you can mail to. So we'll get to that a little later, but it's a very important concept. You want to steal people's list members. Okay, so now that we got the questions out of the way, I'm going to put up this capture page. What? Yeah, the webinar link. That's what I'm putting up. Oh, that's the webinar link. That's how come that doesn't go up? Is this supposed to be the webinar link? Well, why isn't it showing up? Hang on, guys. I'm just trying to give you the follow along link. You can put it in the chat box too. Oh, I see, because I put it in the search thing. Oh, God, guys, if you are such a technical idiot like I am, you want to kick yourself sometimes. There we go. I put it in the search box. Oy, sorry about that. Okay, so we know what a BFD is. We went through the two questions. Now, what I really want to do today is go over in some depth with you so you really get to let's dig a little deeper today than sometimes we do. The goal of marketing, we're going to go through the do's and don'ts of marketing, but let's get the goal down first. The goal is to keep building better and more responsive lists. That doesn't always mean that you want to do bigger lists. It's not necessarily you want to get more and more and more people, but you want to get people that you can talk to and who get to like you, excuse me, and know you and respond to what you send out. In order to do that, there are really some rules of the road that you should be following. Now, some of you may know some of this or all of it or none of it. So let's go over it, and then you can determine what's valuable for you to take away from this. Okay. We talked about getting to know the site you are promoting. That's really critical. And we talked about using capture pages when you mail to other people's lists. Now, I use on your list, and I've been working online now for and building lists for 15 years. So I, of course, have a Get Response account. I have two Aweber accounts. And when we started on your list, which was, I guess, a little less than a year ago, it has a mailer attached to it. And I have done, because it's so easy to use on your list, which is a capture page mailing system that I've done. I showed Phil this morning. I said, Phil, guess what? I've done 200 capture pages because it's so easy to use this site, guys. So if you have Aweber, Get Response, or whatever using, that's fine. But make sure that you are using a capture page when when you are mailing to other people's list. In fact, some of you may be getting my email. If you're on my Get Response account, I'm sending out, okay, you have a few days to get off this and onto my one of my on your list lists, because I'm about to close my Get Response account, and then I'm the next week it's going to be one of my Aweber accounts. So make sure that you're using a capture page and that you have a good way to mail people. This is really another thing that I am doing more and more of now. Make your ad short, simple, and to the point. Now, there are two reasons I do this. One is because there are places where you are limited in what you can mail or what you can post. For example, at SoCool, which most of you know is our flagship site, you can email your list, but it's only 500 characters. So you need to start thinking, what are the main points that I want to get across? And if you can't tell people, it's like the elevator talk. If you're trying to sell somebody in an elevator, if you can't tell people the essence of what your site does in very short order, then you probably don't know what it does. So I am finding that my most successful ads are really very short, very simple, and to the point. And this one, I'm sure that many of you have seen my ad that starts making money online is just a walk in the park. I have taken in at On Your List, just on this one capture page. Remember, I have 200 of them, but on this one capture page, I've taken in almost 300 members, about 28 something in about 3 months. And look how short I left the whole ad in so you could see it. Look how short it is. It's actually less than 500 characters, but it gives people the main point of what this site is about. It tells them it's affordable. It's fully automated. It tells them the commissions. It tells them in 1 second what the site does. It tells them they don't need to be a rocket scientist. It tells them they can promote as many sites as they like, make 4 sales. It tells them what the conversion rate is, and then it gives them, sometimes I don't even have this on your list in here. I just have the walk in the park. Phil, if I click on this, does it pop up? Okay, I'm going to try it because I want to show you this ad. One of the main reasons I am dropping all my lists except for on your list lists is this. You see this background that I'm using? We actually got permission from one of our clients, Walter Barbarian, who is a wonderful artist, to use some of his artwork as background images for our capture pages. What that means is there is nobody else on the net. nobody, nowhere that has many of the background images that we have. And you can see that this is just a glorious background image. Now, here's the essence of this is a capture page, by the way. If I am mailing to any outside list this is actually promoting on your list, but if I am promoting on your list to outside lists, or if I am buying paid advertising, and that's really critically important. If you're buying advertising, please use a capture page. All this is asking for is the person's name and email address. And when I go into my members area in On Your List, I will be able to capture, I will have their email addresses, their name, I can mail to them. This is really an important concept, and I have to keep hammering it in. Now, one of the other things that I love about On Your List is that you can add a logo here. You can see I have my picture here because whoever mentioned branding in the beginning to our first question, this is the way you start to brand yourself online. I always put my picture here, almost always. Sometimes I'll put the site logo. Most of the time, I put my picture here because I can say there's a line underneath it that I can add. I create wealth online here. Oh my God, I spelled it wrong, Phil. You never caught that. That's me. I misspelled it. Anyway, point is, you can always edit this, which I'll do after the webinar. But this is a very important concept, and you must send out capture pages. It is so important. Now, I want you to notice another thing about this capture page. I'd never mentioned the name of the site on this capture page. I tell them a little bit about what the site does and what you can earn from it, and one-time payments, all the stuff that we just read in the ad. But I don't say the name of the site. And the reason for that is very simple. The marketing community online is not a huge one. Many people are promoting the same site to the same lists. So if they're already part of some site, they may not leave you their name and email address. So why tell them what the site is? First, get them to leave their name and email. Then it'll flip over. Like if I go, I'm not going to put in a real email because I'm already on this list, but let's say we make one up, 666 at gmail.com or something like that. Yes, let me, and I just want to show you how it works. Okay, let me flip you over. So see, now it tells you to check your email. You got to validate your email address, right? And it takes you to On Your List. So now, somebody may already be a member of On Your List. They're not going to sign up again to the site, but I already have their name and email so I can keep talking to them. This is very important stuff. You got to learn how to do that. It's just critical that you learn how to make capture pages and use them regularly. Okay. So, next thing, how do you know if your ad is working? You can't just send out. Now, On Your List, by the way, you will know if your ad's working because you get your stats. But let's say you're just sending out an ad, or you don't know, you don't get stats at the site that you're promoting. You want to use a professional tracking system. This is one that Phil uses all the time. And that will tell you where your ads where your opens are coming from, where your clicks are coming from, how many people opened your email, all of that good stuff. Because you really don't know. We all think we know what is working for us, but we really don't. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Now, if you're a site owner, as opposed to just promoting an affiliate site, there is really a cool way you can track your ads without using a tracking system. And this is how I do it. The main site, of course, that we promote is coolspin.com. End of story, right? Well, if I want to test ad copy, I will use one of my other affiliate sites at my site. Now, I can do this because I'm the owner, so I can sign up to as many accounts as I want. But I have a Coolspin 1 account. I have a Coolspin 2 account, Coolspin 7, I don't know, a So Cool account. So if I'm trying to test my ads and I don't want to put them in a tracking system, but I want people to see the name of the site, I just simply change what I'm promoting and use my affiliate link, and people signing up will show in my downline at that site. So that's kind of a little clever way, but you can only do it if you're the site owner. Obviously you can't do it if but if you're not the site owner, use a tracking system. There are many of them out there. We just gave you one that Phil uses. Now, here's something else that people don't always think of. You can change one word in your subject line or even one word in your ad copy, and it can make a huge difference. And that's why you need to track your ads, because you won't know that one subject line is actually much better than another unless you test it. So I've done a test on this. I only use this now because I tested the other one. Two subject lines. I changed one word. Making money online is just a walk in the park. That's one. Making money online is just a stroll in the park, right? I mean, you almost would think, well, how much difference could it make? It's just one word. Well, the word is very important. And when I tested this, I actually got a 3-to-1 hit on the first one. Making money online is a walk in the park. Now, of course, you're not going to really know what's in people's minds. Phil feels that it was because um, people identify with walking more than strolling. That makes sense to me, actually. But since you don't know what's making people open that or not open it, if you test it, you don't really care why they're not opening it or why they're opening one. If you test it and you find out that one subject line works much better than the other, then you are going to use obviously the one that is getting more opens or more clicks for you. So you can't know that unless you track your ads. Okay, so you can't. Somebody always, Steve's not here. He's in Australia. It's very late there. So, but he tries to make it when he can to these webinars. Anyway, he once asked me, how do you mail to all your lists without spending hours and hours and hours and hours doing it? Because not only do we have a lot of lists of our own, but we constantly join outside lists all the time. That's the only way you can keep growing and getting new clients. Okay, so after 15 years, we actually had to hire some help. So we do have people, you can outsource it if you have the money to do it. It's not inexpensive, but you can train people to do your work for you, particularly your mailings or your support work. We have some people do support and mailings for us. So that's one thing. Now, most people don't have sufficient dough to outsource and hire other people. When your business grows, that's great. But the next best thing is to try to automate a little bit of your promotions. You cannot expect to automate everything and that you will make sales. This will not work. All you want to do is give yourself a little boost up and make some of your marketing automatic. So you still got to write your ads, know your sites, you've got to post them, you've got to do things. You can't just sit on your, pardon me, butt and expect to make money online. Ain't going to happen. But this is so inexpensive that anybody who's not using CoolPing is pardon me, out of their minds. You pay $7.25 a month and you get 25 URLs that get pinged for you automatically every 3 days. Now, that you may not think that's important, but actually it really is. Pinging means that it's like somebody, I'm trying to put this in a simple way. Somebody hit your URL like with a little twinge, and it tells the search engines, hey guys, there's a site up here. Yes, that there's new content that came on the line. Take a look. So it's very important because that moves your pages up into the search engines, and they get found much more easily. Now let's connect the dots here. Let's say you're going to put 25 URLs of one sort or another into CoolPing. You do not want to put an affiliate link in there because the search engines do not love affiliate links. But you know what they do love? They love original links like this on your list, walk in the park on your list. It is a unique link. Nobody else is going to have this link that says that looks like that. They're just not. So when I put up my links, and I have every single one of my capture pages, all 200, I have every single one of our sites, which is about 65 sites now. I have every single one of my affiliate links, but they are all done with using either on your list or making I don't want to go into Sockwall, but there's some place that's so cool where you can make unique links, or at Cool Search, some of our other sites. So if you are going to bother to automate some of your marketing, let's do it in the right way. Put a capture page in there, or put some sort of unique link, not just an affiliate link in there. Believe me, you will get much more out of it. Now, steal my traffic, the same thing. This is not inexpensive. You can automate for $97 one time or $197. And if you do it $97, I think it gets you 2 URLs, and 197 gets you 5 URLs. This is one of our sites that gets a huge amount of traffic, and you will get really good traffic hits from Steal My Traffic. So I would definitely, if you can swing it, I would automate using Steal My Traffic. Okay. Very important. We're still on the do's of marketing. Your business reputation. Whoever said brand yourself in the beginning was not right, wasn't the right answer to that particular question, but it was so right on about who you are online. This is a small community, believe me, it really is. Everybody gets to know everybody for the most part. And usually when you do business, you want to do business with people that you like and you get to know. So it's very important that you take some time to introduce yourself. For example, let's say you belong to Coolspin or So Cool, and that you've built a list somewhere, or we've given you a list at So Cool. You need to remember that the people you are mailing to do not know you from a bar of soap. So what you want to do is not shoot out an ad to them. I know it's tempting. It's always tempting just to take an ad that you've been using somewhere else and shoot it out cold to a new list, but don't do it. Try to back off and resist that temptation, because you want to introduce yourself to people, and you want to make sure that you brand yourself first. You introduce yourself first. Tell people about you first, and not just shoot ads out at them. Now, that connects to something you shouldn't do about your business reputation, and we'll get to that in just a minute. So, There are not a lot of don'ts in marketing because I want you to feel that you can be as creative about marketing. The more creative ways you think outside of the box of marketing, the better you're going to be in terms of making sales. So I don't want to make you feel like there's a lot of constraints on you. There really isn't. I mean, but there are a few things, excuse me, there are a few things you probably want to avoid. One is going into a site, which all have promotion tools, and I know some of you have heard this before. It is great to go into somebody's site and see what they consider the most important aspect of their sites by going to the promotion tools. But don't just grab their ad and send it out. You know, they sometimes people get on there and they tell you that they've tested the ads and they know everything there is to know about. You know what? That's nonsense because if a site is just launching, it's very hard to put promotion tools in there that you've actually tested for a long period of time. But what most owners of sites do is give you bullet points to work off of. So don't use canned ads. I love this. Phil put in they taste terrible with a smile. That's true. They do. People see through it. Remember, we started off talking about how you really want to be to know everything there is to know about your site. Well, a canned ad is going to be a sure giveaway that you don't know what you're doing at this site. So don't use them. That's one. Okay, we talked a little already about do not mail to outside lists without using a capture page. That's just critical because even if you can't afford to hire somebody who's doing your mailings for you, and let's say you're mailing to 10 lists a day, you are really wasting your time if you're not doing this. So this is important. Now, this doesn't constrict your creativity. It's just giving you a little heads up. Don't mail without a capture page unless it's your own list. Okay, this is important because I noticed this the other day in Coolspin. In Coolspin, we have a wonderful mailer and a wonderful editor in there. And you can do everything on earth in it. You can bold, you can color, you can make it bigger or smaller, you can do anything you want. Now, you can also do things that really you can make it so complicated that nobody knows what to do. So one of our clients sent us an email. I sent out an ad. First of all, sending out an ad one day is not a test of anything. But I sent out an ad and I got no response to this ad. So we always try to find out if we can help somebody who sends us an email like that. So we went right into his account, and here's what we found that he wrote an ad. It was all centered in the middle of the page. I can't tell you to this day what the ad was about because, first of all, we looked for the link in the ad and it was highlighted in dark purple, and I didn't even know when I looked at the ad that there was a link in the ad. And it wasn't until we changed the purple to a lighter color, like a light blue or yellow or whatever, that you could actually see the link. So, of course, there was going to be no response right away. Everything else in the ad was highlighted. It was bolded, it was highlighted. Was it? By the time you read the ad, you didn't know what was important and what was not important. It was, you know how people always say, don't send your emails in all caps because it's considered screaming. Well, this was sort of the same thing. If you're going to use an editor and you want to actually highlight a few things, that's what you should do. Highlight a few things, maybe bold something, maybe make one line red if that is the line that you really want to stress, but don't mess things up with a whole lot of stuff. Wait a minute, Phil's going to say something here. Hang on.
You know how you, when you go to a webinar and you hear a really good presenter, you'll notice that they put certain emphasis on certain things And then they'll talk in a slow, calm voice and everything. And then all of a sudden they'll get a little bit excited and they'll put some emphasis on a particular point. You got to do the same thing when you're talking to people in your ads. Basically when you write an ad, you write as though you're talking to somebody sitting across the desk from you. One of the things you're not going to do to a person sitting across the desk from you is scream at them. You're not going to highlight everything. You're not going to talk in a high voice so that there's no emphasis on anything else. They're not going to know what they're supposed to concentrate on, and you're going to confuse the heck out of them. So look at it from the point of view that when you write the way you talk to somebody sitting across the desk from you. You can't go too far wrong when you do that.
That's a really good point. And that's really true. And I think that's when you talk to people, if you want to make them understand what you're saying, you don't complicate things. Otherwise, they look at you with like those glazed eyes, like, huh? What are you saying? So that it feels absolutely dead on, right? Which it usually is, by the way. Okay. This is really important. And I don't understand why people, um, I call this contain yourself. We all get angry at times about something. And it probably doesn't even have to do with the site or whatever. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed or whatever. But if you want help, and we all need help when we are running a business, we want to get people's suggestions or input or whatever. So if you're frustrated about something, don't send in a nasty email to support. Really, this is one of the worst things you can do because yeah, you can write it out and get as mad as you want and then throw it away before you actually commit it to an email and print it. It's like if you're in love with somebody, how you have a big fight and you want to leave them a terrible note, but it's always better just to write it out, tear it up, and then don't give it. That's really it's no different online. So try if you want to get help. Phil says some people are just rude. It's like they can't help themselves. That's true, but help yourself because in the long run, this will do you so much good. By the way, the reason I use this example of the guy who sent in an email of why I didn't get a response, he sent in a very nice email. He said, I don't know. I'm not getting a response from a mailing I did. I'm concerned. Can you maybe help me and see why? Now, Phil and I read those emails or the guys who do our support work, and they are more than willing to log into your account, actually look at what you do, search to see if they got your email, whatever it takes. We all want to help you succeed. That is really something that all of us enjoy. And I think any marketer online who doesn't want to help their people should not, they're in the wrong business. Now, when we get our backup, of course, he could have sent us in a completely different email. Your mailer sticks. I didn't get any email from it. I didn't get any response from it. I'm never doing business with you again. Now, if you're a normal human being, which we all are, that gets your backup. You really want to, of course, we always answer our support questions, but you get a different answer if you send in, I'm not quite sure I did this right. Can you help? And usually, and many times we really can help. Not always. Sometimes you might have sent an ad out that nobody wanted to respond to that day. That happens to me all the time. That's why I test my ads and change them. But generally speaking, and I can speak from 15 years of experience, if you are not getting responses to either a mailing or a posting or whatever, generally speaking, not all the time, but generally speaking, it is not the fault of the tools you are using. It is generally something that you need to change. And it may be something very simple, like that guy who was very thankful that we told him what was wrong, and he's not going to do it again. He's going to change the way he sets up his ads. So this is very important People get to know you. I mean, Phil and I love our clients. We really do. And they can ask us anything and we will respond to them and try to give them our honest opinion on somebody. Somebody's coming out with a launch and he wanted my input on his site. And I don't like to tread on people's sites when they're doing them. So I always start my emails. I hope you don't mind me putting my 2 cents in, because sometimes people don't actually want you to, tell them anything, but most people do. And I do that all the time. And people ask my advice, and I am happy to give it. It's not always helpful, but it can be. And we all do that back and forth in the marketing world, and you should be doing that too. So now let's get to where we started. In the beginning, we were explaining this webinar and we were saying what a BFD is, and you all know now what a BFD is. But in marketing, it's something completely different. It stands for a big free deal. So there's no bad words in the BDF for marketing. It's a big free deal. And so if you are going to build a list, and remember we talked about the goal when you're marketing is always to keep building your list bigger, but not always necessarily bigger, but better and a wider audience. And you can do that by offering a big free deal. So we did that, for example, when we set up this webinar. If you're on this webinar, and I'm going to get to that at the end, um, you're going to get 5,000 free prize tickets at Coolspin. And that's a lot of tickets. So people like that when you give away free things. So we call that a BFD in marketing. It's a big free deal. And by the way, many of you, if you are part of our site, So Cool, which the link is down here, I'm sure most of you, I know most of you are members of So Cool, you have the perfect vehicle of giving away your own big free deal, because we have something called Sokens at So Cool, which auto builds lists for people. And you can earn millions, literally millions of Sokens, or hundreds of thousands. Well, it's not a webinar on So Cool, but you can go in and click on some links and earn a lot of Sokens, not going to cost you a deal at anything at all. And then let's say you're promoting, I don't know, whatever site you're promoting, you can offer your upgrades, say 5,000 Sokens if they upgrade under you, or 10,000, or however many you want, because you can earn lots of Sokens. And you can offer your own big free deal to get people to take a real interest in what you're doing, either to leave their name on a capture page. So you might want to give away 1,000 Sokens just for people leaving their name. Let's say you want them to upgrade to a $97 product you're selling. Offer them, anyone who upgrades today, offer them 1,000,000 Sokens or 500,000 Sokens. Believe me, that is not a lot of Sokens. You can get them back in a heartbeat. And right in So Cool, you can transfer the Sokens to the person who upgrades under you. So you don't have to be a big time marketer to be giving away your own big free deal. In fact, we're going to let you do that soon. I mean, it's not going to be ready probably for a week, but you're going to be able to, if you've earned prize tickets at Coolspin, you're going to be able to give those away as an inducement for people to take an action, because people like it when you give them something for free, and we all do, for taking some sort of action. Now, Phil calls it an inducement. I call it a bribe, but whatever you call it, it's a good thing to be able to do. And so we try to give you a way in our sites to do that. By the way, let's go back up here where we talked about automating your marketing. See this site, Cool Ping? Remember, I said you can get 25 URLs for $7.25 a month. Now, you may not want to promote 25 sites. Most people don't. So let's say you use 5 or 10 of those URLs. What are you going to do with the other 15? You're going to offer them free to somebody who upgrades under you at some site that you promote. You're going to say to them, if you upgrade an XYZ site under me today, I am going to put your affiliate link into my CoolPing account and you will get free advertising for the rest of your life. So think of that. 725 a month, guys, is and let's say you use 10, you've got 15 people that you can make that offer to, and you can give them free something of value, and you can give it to them for life. So what? N- Oh yeah, and Phil is pointing out that you can buy 100 links in CoolPing for, I don't remember what, it's very cheap, guys. It's not, in other words, pay a one-time fee, but it's not a lot of money. I don't have it in front of me now. So in other words, if you want to offer free advertising to people, and it's so easy, all they do is send you their affiliate link and you put it into your account. End of story. It gets pinged for life. It's a really good deal. So that's what a BFD in marketing is. So now you know something that nobody else knows online. What a BFD in marketing is. You should ask them, ask people next time. Do you know what a BFD is in marketing? I bet they don't. But if they came to this webinar, then they do know. Now, I want to show you how, because we have a site that our founders really are doing well in. And I'm going to show, this is one of the best offers we've made. Yeah, so this is our new site, CoolSpin, and our founder offer is one of our most popular offers we've ever made. And I'm going to log into my account so you can see why in just a minute. But the reason for the reason this is so popular, and by the way, this is what it costs if you're in the members area of CoolSpin. I'm just going to show you something here so you can see. I'm not baloneying you. If you go into the CoolSpin members area, this is what the founding membership sells for, $6.97, and it's our most popular membership. And you can see in your members area, you make 50% on any of the sales you make. And we have a mailer in there. You make 25% on the mailing sales. You can earn from 27 sources. I'm going to show you this in a minute because this is really, if you can swing it, something you really should get. You have mailers, two mailers. One is one that you can mail to your downlines, whoever you get signed up under you, and you have our CoolSpin mailer where you can reach 7,500 members every single day. Every day you can mail daily. It's that's the one I was talking about where the guy put purple and yellow and blue and pink. You don't have to do that. You just have a fabulous mailer, and it goes out every day. And here's the real kicker, which I'm going to show you in a minute because the stats are fabulous. You get a lifetime ad, which actually sells a sponsor ad for $375, and it's part of what we're offering you today. But not at $697. We're giving this to you at $497, which was our pre-launch founding price. You also get a lifetime text ad, which sells for $250. So right away between these two, without the mailers and CoolSpin, which is the best also one of the best capture pages that we have, this already adds up to more than the price that we're giving it to you today. So let's go back to here. If you want to purchase this, I want you to, we're going to log into CoolSpin right now so I can show you some of this. It's $497 instead of $697. So let's log in to CoolSpin because I just want to show you we combined, we've got 15 years of building lists. So we sort of combined all of our knowledge into this one site. And I'm really thrilled with this site. First of all, as you can see, it's a capture page. If you send people to your affiliate link, this is what they're going to see. They're going to see a casino machine, and everybody is going wild about this because it's so much fun and you can join free and play for free. And it's a capture page to build the list. So let's log in and I'll show you how that works. Okay. So now I have a founder account, so that's why I want to show you. This is what I mean. First of all, okay, so I went and I advertised my site and I've got a downline, right? And right now I've got, in this account, I have 537 people on my list. I can reach these people through my own admin mailer. By the way, this is not a shared mailer. This is only my mailer where I get to reach all of my downline and only me. Nobody else is mailing to these people. Nobody, unless it's through admin and I'm telling people how to use CoolSpin or come to a webinar or something of that. But other than that, nobody is promoting to your own list. I love that. That is a fabulous part. Now, in addition to that, there's another mailer, which is called the KS mailer. And if you're a founder, you get to mail daily to 7,500 people. And it isn't just the 75 people, 100 people is out of 125,000 of our list members. And it kind of rotates between among all those 125,000, but you also are mailing to all of the CoolSpin members who join the CoolSpin mailer. And anyone who joins CoolSpin can join the mailer for free. They don't get to mail to you, but they may get to mail to each other, to a couple of hundred people. So um, but in other words, you're mailing usually to 7,500 plus about, I think so far, out of 2,000 people, maybe 300 free people have joined the mailer. Plus, of course, all our paid members are already in the mailer. So you are mailing to at least 78 to 7,900 people a day. That's a nice mailing. Now, I want to stop there for a minute just to kind of regurgitate something we've been saying in the webinar. These people, these people know you or will get to know you because you signed them up, your admin mailer. These people are outside list members. What are you going to mail to them? You are going to mail them first just nothing. You're going to mail them who you are, why you're online, what makes you happy, what makes you laugh. You're going to introduce yourself. You are not going to send them an ad. You are going to simply introduce yourself. Then when you do send them an ad, you're going to send it on a capture page. And the reason for that is because you want to get them on to either this list or some other list that you're building at on your list, let's say, or at Aweber or wherever autoresponder you use. But you want to steal our list members. There is no point in mailing to outside lists unless your goal is to steal every one of their members and get them on your list. So you can only do that by using a capture page. Okay, now let's talk about for a minute these ads that you get for free for life with your founding membership. If I click on here, I am going to earn tickets by simply viewing this. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so I'm being held for 10 seconds on this website. And when this is finished, I am going to be able to, well, if I can add, I am going to earn 81 free tickets. Okay, it's random, the number of tickets you earn. So now I'm going to continue to the members area, and you will see that I just earned 81 tickets. Now, as you many of you know, if you're not a member of CoolSpin, please sign up to it. It is a fabulous site because you can play the game of CoolSpin every day, and you don't always win, but a lot of times you win. Oh, now they're going to ask me for this, and I don't want to play right now. Wait a minute, P. How do I get it? Okay, let me see if I can go back. Okay. But anyway, you win nice prizes when you play the game itself. So you want to actually go and play the game. But the reason that this is so valuable in the Foundings membership is that people want to click on your ads because they want to earn tickets. So these are very valuable spots. And just to give you some idea of the stats that you get on this, this stat is not because we were displaying before we actually had the stats, but even these are getting huge click-throughs. But look at the click-throughs on my sponsor ads. That the sponsor ad is over here. The displays of this particular ad is 5,500, 5581, and the clicks are 2412. You can't buy those kind of clicks. I don't care where you go, you can't buy them. People are interested in earning tickets, so they're going to click on your ads. The only way you can make a sale or get people to your website is to get them to click on your ads, and this is one wonderful way. Now you also get um, free text ads. We call them cool ads, but they're really just text ads, and those get some play, not as much as the sponsor and the feature ads. But so that's a really, most of us, if we're in the business, we go out and we buy traffic. Well, here's a great way. You pay once to have a founding membership. You get a site to promote where you earn 50% on every sale. And the upgrades, by the way, are fabulous because you're going to earn, this is what you're going to earn 50% of when you upgrade to founder. Not a 97 sale, a 197, a 297, or a 697. So these aren't little commissions. So that's if you want to promote Coolspin, you can make a fortune with this. But this is the reason why I'm pushing you to go. If you're going to take a founding membership and really dig in, I would do it at Coolspin because the upgrades are substantial, so you earn. The admin mailer is mailing only to your leads, and we give you a fabulous capture page because when you go home, here's your affiliate link, and it takes them right here, and people love this. They love playing this game. I love playing the game. So this is a very popular now way to build the list. And we give you that, and we give you the second mailer for life. I don't know what happened here. I got my screen blacked out. How do I get rid of this, P? I don't know what happened. But in anyway, you guys get the idea. You get your own, you get the also mail daily here. What? Refresh it. Oh, see there, I need my partner to tell me what to do. There we go. Okay. Now, this is one of the most interesting parts of the site, by the way, because when people earn, let's go up here, um, prize list. Okay. We have all of these prizes that people can claim with whatever prize tickets they get. So they only need 500 tickets to claim 1,000 so cool tokens, right? And everybody wins 500 tickets. That's really easy. But if you are a founding member, you get to put, let's say somebody comes here and they're playing the game and they win uh, uh, 1,200 tickets. Okay. So now they want to claim this prize of 1,000 so-called tokens. Well, what do? They got to, if they're not so-called members, they need to sign up. Who do they sign up under? They sign up under you. So that this, I'm already a member, but if they're not a member, they will get a notice to sign up to SoCool, and it will be your affiliate link for SoCool that's in there. And that's true for every single one of these sites, most of which have a free to join option. So even if you're not a member of these, you can join almost all of these sites for free. And when people claim prizes, which they do all the time, they need to sign up under you. And so you get the upgrade or the person in your downline, even if they don't upgrade right away. This is 27 sites you get to do this with. This is like a business in a box. You can build a list, you can earn from 27 sources, you get 2 mailers, an admin one, and you get these for free over here, these ads. You cannot find a better business that's kind of wrapped in a neat package for you. If you can swing it, take the founding membership, because you will not only save $200, but you're really setting yourself up for a really good approach to the way to market that has an emphasis on list building, and and people love the site because it's so much fun to be there. Now, Phil also, I need to find the follow along link 1 second, because I want to show you that if you can't swing the founding membership, and I know that 497 is not an inconsequential amount of money, right? Some people, that's, you can't swing it, and that's fine. What we did do is put in our mailer, which you can buy for 197. That's lifetime. You pay once. Did I miss it, Phil? I think yeah, there it is. That's the webinar bonus too. Oh, by the way, I see it's 1 o'clock. I'm going to give you the claim free link in just a minute. But anyway, you can order the mailer, which lets you mail daily to, it is a mail daily mailer, and you can mail to 7,500. So it won't give you the other parts. You'll still be a free member of CoolSpin, but you get to use a very good mailer. I use this every day without fail. Okay, so now, first of all, I want to thank you all for coming and spending time with us. And Phil is going to put up, and I'm going to put up the way that you can claim, because I want you all, this is very easy, I want you all to claim the video, the 5,000 free tickets at CoolSpin. So I'm going to put this up. Is mine going to say that I already claimed them, Phil? I don't know if mine's going to say that or not. Let me see. Can you put that link up? Oh, okay. Phil gave you the link, and it's going to look like this. Now, mine I already used. You can only use this one time. It will let you collect it. Yeah, see, what you're going to get if you click on it is an actual link that asks you to put in your username, and you will find, if you put in your CoolSpin username, that 5,000 tickets will appear in your CoolSpin account. It's really cool. So it's like magic. You put your username in, log into your CoolSpin account, and you will get 5,000 tickets just for spending some of your Saturday with us. And I really, really appreciate it. I know it's difficult to take time away from whatever you're doing or your families. And so I'm really delighted that you came. And if you have any questions, Phil and I will hang around in the chat box, or and you can just pop those questions in. Or if you want to talk to me personally or Phil personally, let us know. If you have a mic, we'll put you on the mic. And you can do that just by telling Phil, yeah, I want to talk. And I'll unmute you if you want to talk. And if you have questions, you can just ask them to fill in the chat box. And if you like to run off and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, you are welcome to leave. We're going to stop the recording now and end